not here to take part. We're here to take over.
I am the beast.
Hello and good evening, everybody tuning in throughout the world and locally here in Snohomish County and here in Everett or Mill Creek. We come to you live from the home of the Wildcats. Welcome to the jungle. We are at Archbishop Murphy High School bringing you a doubleheader of basketball action. Game number one starting here in just a couple of minutes features the Archbishop Murphy Wildcats hosting the Mountlake Terrace Hawks in girls basketball. It's STSPN.com. I'm Mark Ockett with Mike Ladeau, who is back and joining me for the doubleheader. Also Todd Elvig and Sarah Elvig. And we are brought to you tonight by American Family Insurance, Gene Johnson Plumbing and Heating, G&S Cooling and Electric, Adrenaline Fundraising, McDaniel Do It Best Hardware, Fred's Rivertown Ale House, Airfield Espresso, home of the Parachute Punch, Washington Officials Association, and Monster Beverage. And Mike, it's great to see you again as we get a chance to work together. And man, I tell you, this place is charged up, more people filing in, and they bring the players out in a great way here at Murphy.
No other place I'd rather be than the jungle tonight, that's for sure.
That's right. They get a big, huge picture across the way of the Wildcat coming through, and that is menacing. Do not mess with the Wildcat as these two teams get ready to go here tonight at Archbishop Murphy High School. And we're going to have a break coming up here shortly. Then I will get you the starting lineups for today's game, as we have a really solid matchup of two teams that are stacked right next to each other. Mountlake Terrace in Wesco 3A 5-4, 10-4 overall, and Archbishop Murphy is 5-3, 9-6. We're going to take a quick break. Be back with the starting lineups after this.
You can almost smell those fresh ground beans. Airfield Espresso at Harvey Field has been serving delicious cups of gourmet happiness for over 25 years. Excellent service and lasting relationships is their top priority. Stop in and experience the kindness and joy that exude from this special place, one cup at a time.
Do It Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, they are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized Do It Best centers in the nation. Stop by and experience for yourself the difference between McDaniel's and the big box stores. Discover why so many people are choosing to shop at McDaniel's.
We are all frustrated with the high cost of heating and cooling our homes. At GNS, we are completely changing the way you keep your home comfortable. Because we are Snohomish County's premier Lennox dealer, we can design a perfect system for you, one that will save you a lot of money on your utility bill. The Lennox Home Comfort System creates the ideal home environment. Enjoy innovation in every season with precise, quietly efficient Lennox heat pumps that keep your life simply perfect. Call GNS Heating, Cooling, and Electric today or visit us at gsheating.com.
All right, folks, we are back. We are ready. Tonight, it is Mountlake Terrace against Archbishop Murphy. Let's take a look at the starting lineups. First of all, for the Mountlake Terrace Hawks, starting as a guard, a 5'1 senior, Lindsey Ho. Also, as a 5'1 guard, junior starter, Maylee Armstrong. Also, starting as a 5'8 forward, a junior, Maya Sheffield. Starting as another player, a 6-foot forward at junior, is Cameron Dunn. And also, Elise Colvin starts for Mountlake Terrace. She's a 5'5 junior forward. The head coach is Nick Starks. He's in his third season, assisted by Michael Darrington, Andrew Young, and Walt Antoncic. Okay, let's look at the other team, the Archbishop Murphy Wildcats, as their starters are, first of all, Taylor Campbell. She is a guard, senior, 5'10 player. Also in the lineup is JoJo Chang Pradit. She is a guard, senior, 5'3". You just see him ready to tip off. Mike, we're getting set to go here. Hannah Humphrey also starts, a 5'9 senior guard. Also in the lineup for Archbishop Murphy, starting a 5'8 senior guard, that is Taylor Reed. And rounding out the lineup will be Ava Marr. She is a 5'10 freshman guard post. She does all kinds of stuff. So it's going to be controlled early by Mountlake Terrace. Mountlake Terrace will be going from right to left on your screen. They have the black uniforms, red numbers, letters, white trim. Archbishop Murphy in the white uniforms, red numbers and letters and black trim. So the basket is good.
Cameron
gets it to start things off. Cameron done. 2-0. Mountlake Terrace on the start here at Archbishop Murphy High School. A runner coming through. Nice move by Taylor Campbell. She drops it home.
Nice little dribble drive right there.
It sure was. So one of the things you're going to notice and see from Archbishop Murphy right out the gate, as we've already saw it on the first defensive stretch there, is they put the press on and they play it relentlessly throughout the game. Push off. That's going to go against Mountlake Terrace. That'll be the first foul of the game. That foul is called against Elise Colvin, her first foul, first team foul. And it's tied at 2-2, tied for the first time. Now you see Mountlake Terrace putting that pressure defense on as well. So with that in mind, there's an offensive foul. It looked really, as we could kind of see the house of cards collapsing as she went in there. That's going to be against Taylor Reed, her first foul, first team fouls, as those are now even. 7:05 to go in the first quarter here at Archbishop Murphy High School.
That's a little one of those player control type fouls, I think, too. She was a little out of control coming down the lane there.
Great observation. And sometimes it just is a matter of dumping the pass off before you get jammed in there. There's a turnover. That's going back to Murphy. Here they come. Great move that time, but she couldn't get it to drop. That time the shot by Ava Marr. And here comes Terrace out of back court now. Over on the left wing, double team. Good trap on that one, but a little bit too much of a bump there. It did work out for Murphy. I thought it's either going to be a step out of bounds or a bump, and that time it turns it over to the Wildcats. So that's a couple of turnovers already here, Mike, in the first quarter of action.
Dancing a little too tight on the sideline. Got stuck there.
Yep, that can happen.
There's a turnover.
There's a one for Murphy now as it's going the other direction. Mountlake Terrace from about 10 miles down the road to the south of us. You know that area well. You went to Edmonds High School.
Went to Edmonds, played a lot of games in the Hawk Dome back in the day.
Back in the Hawk Dome.
We've talked about that.
We have you here to talk about that tonight. Legendary facility they used to have in Mountlake. That's a three ball. Ah, boy, I tell you, Armstrong buries that one. We got a timeout, 30-second timeout called by Archbishop Murphy. It's a 5-2 lead for Mountlake Terrace. We'll be back. Stay with us. Back, and you see there become a referee. We can't stress that enough. We need more officials. Evan Cherlin is out there tonight, as he is Tony Cherlin's son. Tony's a longtime veteran official up in these parts, and Evan's carrying on the tradition, which we love to see. Had a chance to talk to him before the game about that. And Mike, that's important that we still get these officials turning out.
Oh, for sure. Especially with COVID. It's tough to get anybody to turn out. There's
that
nice drive.
That was pretty. Ava Marr drops it in. It's a one-point game. Mountlake Terrace on top 5-4. Mike, you made a great observation during the break that these teams have the same color scheme.
They do, don't they?
You see Murphy on the road, they look like what Mountlake Terrace looks right now in their uniforms. Traveling.
Yeah.
Well, you can see that pressure defense is already raising havoc and causing some problems for Mountlake Terrace.
Yeah. You were telling me on the way up, Murphy loves to press, right? They like to press that D. Tight D.
And, you know, they came out with it right away. And of course, the big key to that is not getting worn down by having to constantly work both ends of the court. So you got to rotate your players. There's a three ball. Ooh. She was straight on with her shot, just a little bit short. So the thinking was right. You know, if a player is going to have a good look like that and they miss on a, you know, just an honest miss, you don't mind. It's
a
when
great
they
miss.
Like right there, although she did draw the foul. So that worked out in the favor of Elise Colvin.
There are some good misses, right? That you can't
good
doubt her
misses.
for taking that shot at all.
That's Taylor Campbell called for the foul, her first second team foul. Yeah, I mean, if you're making the right decision and you just happen to miss the shot, the coach isn't going to or shouldn't get all over you. Colvin misses the first foul shot. This is the first trip to the line for either team. 1 point game. Mountlake Terrace is on top, 5:04 to go as we are just getting underway with our doubleheader. Boys will follow this. Mountlake Terrace at Archbishop Murphy. We were going to do a single game tonight somewhere else, and Todd got a hold of me a few days ago and said, how would you like to do a doubleheader at Archbishop Murphy? I'm like,
yeah.
Didn't even have to think about it.
Doubleheader night.
Doubleheader, let's play 2. That's what's so much fun. And this time of year when the postseason race is all heated up and pretty much decided because they're wrapping it up tonight. Oh,
yeah.
Man. Well, Murphy with the miss. Now Mountlake Terrace is coming back the other direction. Down to 15 on the shot clock. And it seems like Murphy's doing a good job inside, Mike, where they're forcing Terrace to be out. See, and they forced that turnover right there.
Right in the passing lane.
That's a good defense, although, yeah, she should have just let it go. I think that was off a Mountlake Terrace player who was heading out of bounds off of a Hawk. And in for Archbishop Murphy is Caroline Burns. Also in for Mountlake Terrace is Ainsley Ward. Ward is a senior. Burns is just a sophomore, so let's keep an eye on her. As you know, you always like to look and see what's coming up for future years. We got a grab. 4:11 to go, and
here comes.
That's going to go against Taylor Campbell, so that's going to be her second foul. Team foul number 3, so Taylor's going to have a seat.
Yep, she's stepping out for Taylor Reed.
Yeah, so it's the Taylor for Taylor exchange. That's just a tailor-made lineup right there.
It sure is, yeah. Oh, boy.
Surprised it took me that long to put it together.
Yeah.
So a miss, and Murphy gets really. Look at this spark plug coming out of backcourt. She's fun to watch. That's JoJo Chang-Pradit. Oh, tough miss. And finally, that's going to go off Archbishop Murphy player. So far, Mountlake Terrace with 4 turnovers, 2 for Archbishop Murphy. And we're just glad to have everybody tuned in and joining us. I couldn't be more relaxed and enjoying what I'm doing. I would not want to be anywhere else. This is perfect. Early February, high school basketball, the tournaments right around the corner. State starts a month from today down at the Tacoma Dome for 3A and 4A.
Are you going to be joining them down there?
Oh, yeah. I'm definitely very much involved in that. That's a travel. This will be my 14th year doing public address.
Yeah.
And we got a 30-second timeout. We'll take a break, talk some more after this. 3:23 to go, first quarter.
McDaniel's Do-It Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years. They are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized do-it-best centers in the nation. Stop by and experience for yourself the difference between McDaniel's and the big box stores. Discover why so many people are choosing to shop at McDaniel's.
Welcome back. Mark Ockett along with Mr. Mike Ladeau, Todd Elvig, Sarah Elvig on the camera, doing a great job as always. We're going to give her I think we need to give Sarah a broadcasting degree at some point. Can we do that? There you go. That is a 3-pointer for Taylor Reed. That puts Archbishop Murphy on top by 2.
And a steal.
Look at that steal. A basket and one. That's Taylor Reed again. Suddenly she's got a chance to have 6 quick points. That is fantastic.
That's a nice turnaround in the last 10 seconds, isn't it?
No kidding.
Taylor Reed show here that it is tailor-made.
That foul is going to be on Ainsley Ward, her second team. So you've got Taylor Reed at the line. Averages 13 points per game. And that's almost halfway there. She's got 6. So it is 10-5 as Archbishop Murphy was down 5-2. They are now on an 8-0 run here at home.
Little trap press. Ooh, those are dangerous passes. It's to me. I got it.
Turnover number 6 for the Hawks. Again, this game, these two teams are neck and neck in the standings for Wesco 3A. It has 16 teams in it, too.
Turnover.
Yeah, that's going back to Mountlake Terrace.
Three ball. Didn't catch anything.
12 teams in Wesco 3A.
Yep, 12 in Wesco.
So that goes out of bounds, and it's going to be Archbishop Murphy basketball. 2:28 to go in the quarter. We are on real time, I believe, tonight because we're hooked up to, we got a clock on there? No, we'll have to keep giving it because although we are on the coveted Daktronics system, the industry standard, but we will give you the time as we go along since we aren't able to connect on it to put through the video. We got you covered, fans. Look at that ball movement. That was beautiful.
JoJo with
Caroline Burns from JoJo Chang Pradit. That's how you do it. 7-point lead for the Wildcats.
That's an over and back.
Over and back.
You don't see that anymore.
Turnover. No. Remember in the old days, they could in girls basketball.
Yeah,
That's been a few days ago.
I didn't know they even called that anymore.
Oh, no. Yeah, they do.
It's not fair.
Well, you know, you got it.
There we go. There's JoJo.
Have your game real sharp so you don't go back and forth and do that. There we go. There's a nice move. Stepping in. Yeah, there's definitely a foul. She came around. And Mike, that's the kind of foul you don't need to make because you got a player in front of her, then you sneak around from behind and just kind of stick your arm in there.
And she's just dishing it up, just hoping he hits something. You know, that is not a great foul, no.
Lindsay Ho called for the foul. That's her first third-team foul. Each team has 3, and now at the line will be Caroline Burns. Her first trip to the line. Murphy's 1 for 1. Oh, thought she was going to be able to use the bank shot on that one.
I didn't hear her call it.
No, we did not hear that up here. 1:56 to go, first quarter. First of 8 quarters tonight, and maybe some overtime in there. Look at that, boy. She has got a rainbow.
It reminds me of Lionel Hollins from the Portland Trail.
Wow.
The rainbow jumper.
That's a good get right there to pull his name out of the hat.
Look at that.
Oh, look at that shot. Lindsay Ho drops it in.
Ooh, almost took that.
Yeah, and she had a nice soft touch on that. I'm talking about Lindsay. You could see that's where you're going to get the benefit of a good bounce. On the follow-up, Caroline Burns now has 4 points.
I'm going to give her an offensive rebound on that. I didn't hit the rim, but I think that's a rebound.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll call that. That's how it'll go in the book. 2 shots on the way. It's going to be a foul against Archbishop Murphy with 1:22 to go.
Burns.
That is going to be on Burns, her first 4th team foul. You know, you and I have played a lot of basketball in our days, although not as much in recent years, and we're looking to get – I've been shooting a lot in the last month. It's felt great. And it also helps you kind of have a feel for what they're going through out there.
Right. Basketball's a strange game. You know, you don't do it for a while, and you go out and you think you're going to just go net it up, and you just can't do it like you used to do, right?
Yeah. Emma Karani is into the game now for Mountlake Terrace. Second foul shot coming up. There it is.
Nice.
And that was Elise Colvin, so she's 1 for 3 from the line. That's what Terrace is. She shot them all. 14-8.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's taken away. Here comes the Hawks down the other direction. Too hard off the glass, and I know that's something we'll be talking about of that play underneath. You've got to, now right here, you got to take your time and go in. Don't worry about the footsteps. Caroline Burns does it exactly the way you're supposed to, 16-8.
Gather and use some patience.
Yeah, gather and use patience. Don't rush. We talked about that. Yeah. Mike and I talking a lot of basketball on the way up. And that's one of the things. Just don't get intimidated by somebody that's trailing you. Pretty much the facts of life, too.
Yeah.
Hold your ground, especially if you have the higher ground. Here we go.
Someone's got a launch one. Here we go.
There's the shot, and that's a drop. Ava Marr, it's now 18-8. Murphy with her biggest lead at 10 points as they're threatening to pull away in this one. 19 seconds to go, first quarter. STSPN.com. You see Ebony Hurd, the second-year coach for the Archbishop Murphy Wildcats, and a very good coach.
Ooh, ouch.
Yeah, that didn't feel too good. 5
lumber.
seconds over on the side. Better fire it up there. That's a good-looking
Looks
shot.
Good.
That was perfect. You cannot get any better than what Taylor Reed just there. And the great assist, too, as Taylor.
From Humphrey, I think. Yeah.
Is that who the assist was from?
Assist from Humphrey, yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yep.
So, all right, we are through 1 quarter. It's 21-8. Archbishop Murphy by 13, and great momentum going into the second quarter. We'll be back. Stay with us. I will. Oh, welcome back, everybody, as Todd gives me the go-ahead. And it is nice to have you with us. And you see up on the screen, it says, now hiring, join the Snohomish School District team. And I tell you, that is a great opportunity. There's now hiring signs all over the place. What a great job that would be in the various ways you can work in the Snohomish School District. So check that out, and hopefully we'll pop that up again right there, because they can use your help, and it's a great career.
You might even get the summers off.
Isn't that something? That's kind of cool. There's a long range. That's going to be short. She had a nice arc on it, but you can't make baskets just off the arc. That's going to go out of bounds. And a substitution for Mountlake Terrace. Maya Sheffield is in. Now, Maya averages 15 points a game, and she didn't have anything in that first quarter. I'm Mark Ockett with Mike Ladeau here at Archbishop Murphy High School. First game of our broadcast doubleheader.
Oh,
sweet move. Taylor Campbell.
Nice.
We've seen some good inside play by the Wildcats so far, and they've made some nice shots. Now up by 15, 23-8. We saw them twice last week, and they beat Edmonds Woodway the first night, and then they played the next night and lost to Everett. Everett's got a solid team, but also when you're playing this press and trying to go 2 nights in a row, especially with trying to pass your math tests and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's a little bit challenging.
That school gets in the way sometimes. There's
yeah,
a nice
go figure. Ava Marr now has 6 points, and it's up to a 17-point lead as Archbishop Murphy is running away with this one. 6:46 to go in the second quarter. And again, right up on her.
There's 10.
That's a 10-second violation. Turnover number 8 against Mountlake Terrace. Cameron Dunn is back in the game. She scored 2 points in the first quarter. Armstrong has 3. Lindsay Ho has a couple. 1 for Elise Colvin. Just 8 points, and they have not scored yet here in the second quarter.
I like watching JoJo with the ball. She's great, isn't she?
Oh, yeah. She's very fun. She gets that offense going in the right direction, and she's really active, hustles out. Look at her. Look at her at midcourt there. Helping her teammate. Oh,
slap.
Nice. If she's going to be called for a foul, that's just because she accidentally hit the wrist. But you got to like that aggressiveness from JoJo Cheng Pradit, as that's her first foul, 15 foul. She hustles.
Tough for Terrace. I don't see anyone coming to help her out with the ball.
No.
Everyone's running the other end of the court.
Still like that.
Like one-on-one, you know.
Great defense. Now, Cheng Pradit isn't physically a big person, but I'll tell you what she lacks in size, she makes up for in effort. And then some. Over and back. Now, see, she helped cause that turnover, as well as her teammate out there. In for Murphy, we got a substitution. Claire Esping is coming in. Claire is a junior. JoJo's a senior.
You got to love players like JoJo, who's not afraid to hit the floor, not afraid to dive for a ball, you know. Hustle.
It's Mike Ladeau brand basketball right there, back in the day. There's a round the horn it goes.
No,
that's going to be knocked out of bounds, but it's going to stay with Archbishop Murphy.
Lucky to get that one back. That was a sloppy pass there.
2:02 into the second quarter, and it's no points for Mountlake Terrace so far.
Patience.
Pull-up jumper a little. That's an air ball. Attempt to keep it alive. That's going to go back to Mountlake Terrace.
Oh, they turn it over.
Back over it goes. Cheng Pradit looking inside. Unselfish with the play. And there it is. Taylor Campbell, 6 points, 4 in the quarter.
Give her an assist on that.
19-point lead for
Yep.
Archbishop Murphy.
Yeah, the Terrace is kind of lulled to sleep here. I'm not sure what's happening. Uh-oh.
There's the basket finally. Maya Sheffield, her first 2 points of the game. They had to work hard for it.
Assist from Emma Karani there.
Cenk Pradek coming out of backcourt. Look at that drive.
Well, that's got to be.
She got fouled.
Looked like she got fouled. They call it? Yeah.
She drew it. Again, that's that hard work that she's been putting in. Karani's first foul, 4th team foul. Archbishop Murphy has 5, and we got 2 shots coming up for JoJo. There it is, nice foul shot.
That's her first point, isn't it? Yes.
Substitutions. Yeah, it is. Elise Colvin is in for Mountlake Terrace, and for Archbishop Murphy, Sydney Coonley. She is a junior. 28-10, and the second one's going to be a miss. Archbishop Murphy now 2 for 3 from the foul line. Terrace in front court. 4:56 to go, second quarter. Nice move.
Nice.
That was beautiful by Sheffield. She scored all 4 points.
What a
Terrace.
one-on-one. One-on-one. Someone's got to do it, right? Someone's got to have
Yeah,
some
I
action.
mean, at some point, somebody has to take charge.
Good hands.
Cenk Pradek back between the circles now. Always has an idea about what she wants
Looks
to do.
good.
Oh, God.
Ooh.
Taylor Campbell from JoJo Cenk Pradek. That's how you do business in the Murphy house, and it's 31-12, 19-point lead. A timeout is called by Mountlake Terrace with 4:29 to go, second quarter.
We at Gene Johnson are here and ready to help with our touch-free service. Being clean and safe are at the top of our minds. We're using gloves, masks, shoe covers, and lots of hand sanitizer. Our software allows us to get your approval without any physical contact. We hope you don't need us, but if you do, we're ready. Gene Johnson, clean, on time, and professional.
Welcome back. We are at Archbishop Murphy High School. You look down on the court there, you see the coaches for Archbishop Murphy, and they all have Coaches Against Cancer t-shirts on. And yeah, that's a cause we got to find a way to get to the bottom of and cure and make it easier on people battling it. And so that's appreciated. They got those shirts on and a lot of sponsors involved in it. I see IRG down there. Shannon O'Kelly and the gang, and just some great people in the community involved with Coaches Against Cancer.
It's been in the spotlight, especially with Dickie V is fighting it, right?
Yeah, Dickie V's dealing with his voice and just a rough situation there as he's out at some games, and
yeah,
he's not going to be there this season. Armstrong's back in for Mountlake Terrace, but yeah, the cheerleaders have those T-shirts on too, and you just hope and pray that things get figured out.
No.
Out of bounds it goes. Back into the game for Archbishop Murphy is Hannah Humphrey. She averages 7.5 points per game, 7 rebounds per game. Ava Mars coming out of the lineup. They go the other direction.
Ooh, it's got to be
bump
something.
there. That's an offensive foul.
Yep.
I think that's a good call.
I think so.
Cameron Dunn called for it. For Dunn, that is her first foul, team foul number 5. So those are even with 3:41 to go in the first half.
31-12.
31-12, a 19-point lead. That's the biggest lead of the game for Archbishop Murphy. If they've just been on a tear again here in this second quarter, they're a well-disciplined team. I've really been impressed with just how they've been finding each other with the passing.
Yep.
And then they've connected for big shots both from the outside and inside. Mike, they have a total of 3 3-pointers so far, but You know, that's something that gets so much emphasis, but the mid-range jumper is always such a big one, too, that we love to talk about. There's a miss. Murphy gets the board, going the other direction.
Yeah, it seems everyone wants it a 3-ball. You know, it's 3-ball, 3-pointer, like right here. Well, no, she didn't pull it.
Traveling called, 4th turnover against Archbishop Murphy. Yeah, and that's the thing. You don't have to go all the way outside the arc. Go parallel to the foul line. Go about 10 feet off the rim in either direction or right down the middle. And the thing about it is that teams aren't always expecting it because they think you're going to step outside the arc and fire one, and instead you shoot one from closer and in the same area code.
Pump faking a pass always kind of works, doesn't it?
It's fun to watch JoJo there as she mixes it up. That was a good passing. Oh, look at that. That was just tremendous. 3 points for Hannah Humphrey. It's up to a 34-12 lead. And the passing is what set that one up. And the great pass all the way around is they just kept moving it.
Snapping those passes off.
Yeah, and being crisp
Yep.
and having an idea what you're going to do when you release the ball.
Oh.
That's out of bounds. It's going to be Archbishop Murphy ball. 10 turnovers from Mountlake Terrace. Now into the game is Caroline Burns for the Archbishop Murphy Wildcats. Now, you and I both went to basketball camps growing up. I went to Lenny Wilkins' John Tresvant basketball camp a couple of years ago. And then you went to the Cougar Cage camp at least once. I know I maybe went
twice. I think 79 and 80. I think, not to date myself.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
With your favorite coach over at Wazoo, George Raveling was
George Raveling. Loved Ravs, but that guy was just fantastic. In my 4 years over there, we went to the NCAA tournament under him twice and the NIT once.
Don Collins was your big star back then.
Don Collins was great. He played about 5 or 6 years in the NBA.
He played for Washington, I think. There's a lot.
He did. That's going to go out. But and now over there, for people who went to Wazoo, they would put the basketball hoops out on the terrace parking area out there. That's right. Isn't that right?
That's right.
Yeah.
All over the dorms, by the dorms. We played in Bowler Gym. We played in, I don't know. You know all the gyms.
Yeah.
And Raveling got everybody. He had. I mean, we had Bobby Knight there. I've told you that story before. But,
yeah, you sat right by Bobby Knight.
Yeah. Told me how great I was. I mean, he didn't give me a recruiting trip to Indiana, but it was close. He liked my shoes.
All right. Well, early on you had an endorsement with a shoe company, and that continues to this day. Mountlake Terrace, seeing the good defense by Murphy. That's going to be way, way off.
Nice little burp.
Good rebound.
Good.
Hard work gets it done for Lindsay Ho. She's got 4 points. It's
nice.
A 20-point lead for Archbishop Murphy. Under a minute to go here in the second quarter. Now, what was that like? He would have been coaching Indiana at that time, right?
Yeah. That was in the 79.
He'd already won a national championship in 76, I think.
Yeah.
Wow.
They won it. Didn't they win in 79 too, I believe? They had
he won 3 or 4.
Quinn Buckner and Scott May and those guys, I think, were on that one.
Those are some big names right there. 21 and 12 checking in for Archbishop Murphy, Ava Marr, and also Taylor Reed. We always make note of that for the Rush album, 2112, which I know you're familiar with, too. We are throwing a lot of date mentions out there. We got to move it forward a little bit.
My wife always says
you work, so I know you're a big Jay-Z fan, so you need to work some of that.
Right. Yeah, I'll get that in the second half.
Yeah, some Dr. Dre. Okay. We got a foul? No? Yes, it looks like he's going to call one off. That foul is going to be against Armstrong, her first 6-team foul.
I don't know if you get accused of it, but my wife accuses me of being stuck in the 80s, and I'd say, come on, let's get real.
Sydney Coonley is in for Archbishop Murphy. Okay, up top. There they go.
Nice inside.
Working it around, and that's going to come loose.
That's one where the coach says, don't put it on the floor. Turn and shoot it.
7 seconds, double team underneath. Good looking move. She got fouled. She worked hard. She earned it. Working hard to get that one. That foul is going to go against Claire Esping, her first. Team foul number 6. and 2 shots. At the foul line is Maya Sheffield, her first trip to the line. 4.5 left to go second quarter. That's
Nice,
right there.
Nice confident stroke there.
Yeah. You like to see that. You know, the biggest thing is that we like to see, and you can tell, we've been around this certainly long enough to tell if somebody's been working on their foul shooting, and she has.
She has.
Very rhythmic. She knew what she wanted to do.
Here we go. Half quarter. That could be it.
18. Oh, just off the rim. Fans, we're at halftime, and the score is Archbishop Murphy 34 and Mountlake Terrace 16. Mountlake Terrace scoring 8 points in each of the quarters. Murphy strong in both of them, and they have that 18-point lead to show for it. So what we'll do is take a break right now, and then we're going to come back with highlights and the second half action for Archbishop Murphy High School. I'm Mark Ockett with Mike Ladeau, Todd Elbig, Sarah Elbig here on STSPN.com.
Come with us. The new generation. The next level. Sending it big.
Oh my goodness! You're in for a good run. Let's go.
Come with us to the track, to the trails, to the slopes, to the surf, to the fight, to the race. Look at this! To the 4 a.m. starts, training harder, pushing further, hitting back, hard. To the fans, to the followers, and the haters. Come with us to the blood, to the sweat, and the broken bones. Cue rehab. We never quit. We never give up. We take control. To the world titles. To the world's first. The world's best.
UFC Strawweight Champion.
Come with us. We're just getting started.
It's going to be so much fun, I promise you.
Plumbing technicians and apprentices. Working together, learning together, masters of the craft, passing on their skills and knowledge for the trade.
I'm Gene Jr., and we are growing fast. As one of the senior techs, I really enjoy sharing and teaching, really because I'm selfish and it makes me feel good.
Getting paid to teach and learn valuable skills that can support your life, family, and dreams.
Hi, I'm Renee. I'm an apprentice, and I like to learn from all these different plumbers. I want to be a plumber to provide a good lifestyle for myself and for my future dreams.
Hot summers in Snohomish County lead to homeowners taking steps earlier each year to keep their home comfortable. If you're thinking about air conditioning for your home, now is the perfect time. Air conditioning costs hundreds less when installed with a new furnace. If you're unsure about the age or dependability of your home comfort system, our consultants will help you determine the best solution. Our experienced technicians make sure our customers are comfortable by keeping their heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical systems working well. But we believe comfort is more than that. We want you to have a comfortable buying experience, to be comfortable with our technicians working in your home, and on top of that, getting a value you're comfortable with.
McDaniel's Do It Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, they are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized do-it-best centers in the nation. Stop by and experience for yourself the difference between McDaniel's and the big box stores. Discover why so many people are choosing to shop at McDaniel's.
right side and is brought down for a shift.
Player of the game, senior libero Lauren Riskill has control.
Championship district tournaments, we have it here on STSPN.
We're not here to take part. We're here to take over.
I am the beast.
We're back here live as we just hear the cat call. And, man, if they sent a wild cat loose in here, I don't know if we have the mobility to get out of the way. But we'd give it our best shots. We're at the home of Archbishop Murphy, the Wildcats. And, again, I'm Mark Ocken along with Mike Ladeau, Todd Elvig, Sarah Elvig, and we're glad to be here bringing you a doubleheader of high school basketball action. It's 34-16. Archbishop Murphy's up by 18 points, and they have held court so far. Again, the officials for tonight's game, Wayne Sneba, Evan Sherlin, and Jeff Betts. That's our trio across the way as we happen to see them and get ready for the second half of action. And it's been pretty much one-sided all the way here so far, as Archbishop Murphy has the 18-point lead. A great quarter for Taylor Campbell in the second. She had 7 points, 9 total in the game. Also, Caroline Burns doing well in the first quarter with 6 points. And Taylor Reed coming through with 9 points in that first quarter. Also, Ava Mara with 6 points, 4 in the first, 2 in the second. And over on the other side, the leading scorer for Mountlake Terrace is Maya Sheffield, 6 points. Those all came in the second quarter. So, Mike, if you're Mountlake Terrace, you better hope to put something together pretty quick, or Archbishop Murphy's just simply going to run away and bury you.
Yeah, I think so far, fundamentally, they've just been stronger. I think
yeah.
they've had it all put together tonight.
We get set to go here, and again, it's 34-16 as these two teams are ready, and Archbishop Murphy will be going from right to left. Here we go as Murphy will inbound at half court. Up by the 18, and we'll see right away JoJo Chang-Pradit handling the basketball. If you're the coach of Mountlake Terrace, that would be Nick Starks, Mike, third-year head coach. What can you possibly say in there at halftime to try to get things turned around a little bit, although that helps with the miss and the rebound?
I think just focus, like we were talking about fundamentals. They need to focus on getting the passing lane, cut some passes off, play some defense. Get your hands in there. Get some busy hands.
Busy hands, exactly right. Cut off the passing lanes. Make things happen.
There's, well, call it a block.
And so that is going to be a foul coming up. It's going to go against Mountlake Terrace.
I believe Lindsay Ho is caught with the block there.
Cameron Dunn, they say.
Oh, okay. No, I'm not a referee.
That's her second and first team foul.
Never was accused of being a ref.
Inbound pass is a little trouble getting a handle on it. Finally, Archbishop, I'm just going to shoot this thing.
Launches it.
And that one comes off the backside of the rim. You got some numbers there? Anybody stand out as far as rebounding?
I think JoJo Chang-Pradit, basically, I had her with 4 assists, 2 rebounds. I think she was the spark plug.
Yeah, she definitely was. She had 1 point, but she runs the court really well. She's out there most of the time.
There's good rotation by Terrace on this drive, or on this possession here. There we go, launch that.
Oh, launch a ball.
Good look.
That one comes off the backside. Here comes Archbishop Murphy the other direction. Now that's one you got to make.
Yep.
Now they're up by a lot, but in a close game, that one too, you just can't force them in like that. As we were talking about earlier, you've got to just relax and know where the basket is, set up, go out there and just get the job done. Don't worry about getting crunched on or something like that.
I always say the rush mentality, but the worst thing is going to happen, you might get fouled, right?
Yeah, and that will give you a couple of shots.
A couple of freebies.
You have to get ready to have some physical contact.
Yep. That's going to be a bad one.
That's over and back. Murphy now with 5 turnovers.
I think we've officially hit the record for over and backs in a game we've called. 3.
You know, I don't remember this many recently at all. 3 over and backs, and we're just a minute and a half into the second half here at Archbishop Murphy High School.
Last time down, Terrace had some great rotation. Let's see if they can continue that.
I always like the color scheme here, too, with the red and black.
It's neat.
A lot of players, the seniors up on the walls for basketball and cheerleaders, too.
Be great.
They started doing that here in recent years.
The red and black would be great for checkers, too, if you had to do that.
You know, if you had to play checkers, I'd go with red and black. I think that'd be a good combination. Inbound pass, that is going to be the Wildcats having it. Oh, she worked for that one, and that's Hannah Humphrey. Now has 5 points, averages 7 per game. Hit a big 3 ball in the second quarter as we're now 2 minutes into the third quarter. Boys will follow this one.
Short there. Yep, good board.
Yeah, she should have made that shot, too. That's 2 shots coming up.
Should have been an and one for sure.
That's going to go against JoJo Chang-Pratt, her second foul. First team foul against Archbishop Murphy as we are in the third quarter. 2 shots on the way for Elise Colvin. That one just a brick off the front of the rim, and that's where the term comes from because it literally sounds like somebody threw a brick.
Something came from the heavens.
Yeah, thud.
No,
that's better. Yeah,
Boom.
You can see she had that one. And what happened is the first one was straight on. She realized, made a good adjustment. She just had to put a little bit more on the next one.
It's a nice dish. Good rotation here. Look at that ball movement. That should be good.
That's textbook right there. Now, obviously, she didn't connect on the shot, but the way they moved the ball around was perfect. That foul is going to be on Taylor Reed, her second team foul against Archbishop Murphy. 5:41 to go third quarter. You want to say hi to anybody? I understand you got a text. You got caught.
Yeah, I think my wife, Lynn, is on. I didn't realize she's tuned in. She loved my 80s comment. I'm sure she was reveling in the fact that I said
you live in the 80s?
Yes, exactly, yeah. It's not true.
You know, there's some good one-hit wonders in the 80s.
Best music was in the 80s, I think.
Great stuff. Heard him playing some of that before we got started tonight.
Scoop.
It was nice to actually hear some music you can understand.
Yeah, we knew some of it.
Yeah.
For sure.
Here comes Archbishop Murphy out of the back court.
Nope. A little pushy there.
That is going to be a foul against Miley Armstrong, her second team foul. Archbishop Murphy with the basketball.
No call there. Terrace has amped up the D.
And there's
a
miss.
I get that.
Terrace coming back the other direction. 4:50 to go here in the third quarter. Usually one of the big things in the gyms, they play it so loud that you can't understand it.
Right.
And they had it nice early where we could get it in a nice, ours are getting a little older too. So.
I was going to say, are you sure it's just we're not getting old? And we're not grumpy, are we?
No, not at all. Not grumpy old men at all.
No.
So in for the Wildcats, Caroline Burns and also Tatum Russell. Tatum Russell's in. A couple players getting a breather. The 2 Taylors are coming out, Taylor Campbell and Taylor Reed. Reed is a senior, and so is Taylor Campbell. Well, part of it on the hearing thing, I know we lost a chunk of it almost exactly 6 years ago today when AC/DC opened their North American tour at the Tacoma Dome. You and I and our significant others were there, and
yes,
we our ears are still ringing.
They
from
are.
That one.
And that was one of the last concerts with Brian Johnson, as you remember, before he took his hiatus for about 2 years. Remember that?
Yeah, his ears were.
Couldn't hear like us.
Go figure.
But worse.
Here we go. And picked off. That's
there.
Turnover number 6.
Oh.
And it goes.
Go with
Cameron Dunn. She's not done yet. Still got some points and stuff left in her.
Lindsay Ho with an assist and a steal on that one.
3:58 to go, third quarter action. Murphy driving. That one's
No,
flipped away. A timeout has been called. This will be a 30-second timeout for Archbishop Murphy. We'll also take a break. It's STSPN.com.
We are all frustrated with the high cost of heating and cooling our homes. At GNS, we are completely changing the way you keep your home comfortable. Because we are Snohomish County's premier Lennox dealer, we can design a perfect system for you, one that will save you a lot of money on your utility bill. The Lennox Home Comfort System creates the ideal home environment. Enjoy innovation in every season with precise, quietly efficient Lennox heat pumps that keep your life simply perfect. Call GNS Heating, Cooling, and Electric today or visit us at gsheating.com.
We are back live, 3:50 to go in the third quarter. Archbishop Murphy by 17. They've led by 20 points. They led by 18 at halftime. Superb save near midcourt.
Coach heard with that timeout. I think she just wants to calm him down. Look at that.
Wow, the shot clock went off.
Yeah,
it did hit
she
the
had-
rim, but that was a great-looking shot.
She had to pull that with no shot clock, not much clock left.
Mountlake Terrace now in front court, winding down towards 3 minutes. Drive in, comes out of there. And that's going to be out of bounds. Archbishop Murphy turning it over. Hey, let's take a look at a couple of our sponsors. So after the game, we will award the Adrenaline Fundraising Player of the Game with the sponsorship by David Wright and Adrenaline Fundraising. They get a T-shirt,
Yep.
which usually they wear the next day on campus. It's kind of a big tradition.
That's fun for us to hand that out. I know we enjoy it.
That's going to be 2 shots. Fouls on Claire Esping. That is her second foul, third team foul. And we have 2 shots at the foul line is Maya Sheffield. She's 2 for 2 from the line. 6 points overall, all in the second quarter.
We've had a grand total of, what, 7 points scored? What do we had? 16 and
34,
16. Yeah, so 5.
Murphy's only
6.
scored 2 points here. That first shot is good.
6 points in the second half.
Maya is so far very good at the foul line.
Yeah,
3 for 3. Let's see if she can keep this up.
I like the spin, too.
Yeah.
You got to have the rhythm down when you're
That's
shooting.
exactly right.
Was it
I think she was
3?
shooting a 3.
No, 3 ball. I didn't
She
know
was
that.
just outside the line, so she's going to get a third one. Can she make it 5 for 5 from the line? She is single-handedly bringing them back into this.
I think she's going to drill it. All net. Boom.
Oh, that's some really good foul shooting right there. She is 5 for 5 from the line, 9 points, 4 from the field. 36-22. The Murphy 20-point lead is down to 14. Worth noting.
You never know.
Terrace has made some
Look at that.
There's a pick right there. Now don't go too fast. Player got a hand on it though, but there it is underneath. Work for it. Get it. Now again, there's where you got to step in a little bit and use the glass. That was Sierra Sonko missing. You see her for the first time. She's a junior. She takes up a good portion in there, and that's good. She's a good presence underneath. And she's got a big wingspan. That helps when you're trying to clog up the lane.
Good offense.
Oh, nice pick.
Man. Look at that.
Oh, that's just getting too far underneath and releasing. We got players bumping into each other out there.
What are they calling on Terrace?
I think so.
She had position.
Yeah, that was interesting. Sonko called for the foul, her first third team foul. Murphy will sub in, now in for the Wildcats. Hannah Humphrey, the senior, and also senior Taylor Reed. Coming out, Claire Esping and Tatum Russell.
Murphy looking for their second hoop of the half here. We'll see what we can do.
Yes, definitely looked a little different here since halftime.
Double team.
Got to like that aggressiveness on their defense and
rotate.
Switching around with the good rotation there. Excellent. That is Sierra Sonko.
3 seconds. Yep.
3 seconds called against Archbishop Murphy, their 9th turnover. Starting to catch up to Mountlake Terrace, who has 13. 1:57 to go in the third quarter.
That was more like camping in the key. I think they were asleep down there.
Yeah, that was one of the same vehicles I saw at the RV show at the Tacoma Dome a couple weeks ago. Now with the basketball, working through, and it's stolen.
Nice. JoJo with a steal.
JoJo gets it. Nice fake.
Look at
Goes in a little hard off the glass. You got to get it just right there and release at the right time. She was a tad far under it. Murphy up top, over to the right side. Taylor Campbell. We got 14 on the shot clock.
Looks good.
JoJo.
Oh, a little short.
Straight on, but a little bit short. Goes after it. Again, she hustles so hard out there. Broken up. Terrace will come out of backcourt. Coming up on a minute to go in the third quarter. Long bomb. Nope. And we have a whistle. I think it hit the top of the superstructure.
Oh, yes.
And coming in is Ava Marr and a couple players for Mountlake Terrace. One of them is Ainsley Beach.
You think it was on the superstructure, huh?
Yeah, It appears that it was on the superstructure because that's where the official was pointing.
As long as we don't hit the Daktronics. We love those scoreboards.
No, we can't take the Daktronics out. The superstructure is, well, it's super, so that structure's not going to have any problem if it gets hit. 40 seconds to go in the third quarter.
Dish to done. Let's see if we can create something here.
14-point lead for Archbishop Murphy. Still time for Mountlake Terrace to come back, but got to make baskets like that.
They've had 3 or 4 of those they should have had.
You just can't.
It could be a 10-point game easy right now.
You bet it could be. Outside three-pointer, nope. A little bit short.
Good hustle.
Wildcats get the rebound. No time on the shot clock. 14 on the quarter, and that bounces a couple times. And now there you go. You should have taken that shot. Over to the right side. Come on, 5 seconds. Make your move. No, a little too hard again. So nobody's scoring. They're just not using a softer touch. So we are through 3 quarters. Murphy only got 2 points in that quarter, and that by Hannah Humphrey. And for Mountlake Terrace, they got 6, so they were able to close the gap by 4 points. But we're going to the fourth quarter. It's 36-22 as Archbishop Murphy's up by 14 on STSPN.com.
Do-It Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, they are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized do-it-best centers in the nation. Stop by and experience for yourself the difference between McDaniel's and the big box stores. Discover why so many people are choosing to shop at McDaniel's.
We at Gene Johnson are here and ready to help with our touch-free service. Being clean and safe are at the top of our minds. We're using gloves, masks, shoe covers, and lots of hand sanitizer. Our software allows us to get your approval without any physical contact. We hope you don't need us, but if you do, we're ready. Gene Johnson, clean, on time, and professional.
Well, Mike, I need to have you sit down if it's okay. I know you were up for the Macarena, and really a lot of people loved your performance.
I didn't know my joints could move that fast anymore.
Yeah, it's not over yet. You still got it. 36-22 is the score. Mark Hockett with Mr. Mike Ladeau up from the Federal Way.
Trying to recover from that, 8-point third quarter there.
Yeah, just 8 points combined for the two teams. Murphy with 2, Mountlake Terrace with 6. And Archbishop Murphy leads 36-22, near steal, and that becomes a small train wreck out there.
I don't know about a foul on that.
I don't think so either.
But, again,
Ava Marr called for the foul, her first personal, 4th team.
We're not referees. We just played them once on TV.
That is correct, and here comes the inbound for Mountlake Terrace. 7:30 to go, 4th quarter. Got to make every one of these possessions meaningful. That's deflected away again as JoJo chasing it down.
Chasing her down.
Wonder, you should check and see if she runs track. She looks like she'd be a good track athlete.
Maybe like a.
She's just got endless energy.
See her doing the relays, like a 4x1 or 4x2 in a relay.
Yeah, you're a running guy.
Yeah.
7:19 to go here in the fourth quarter, and you got your daughters, is Lucy or Abby viewing, perhaps?
I'm not sure if
They
they're
have to
on.
have Lynn text you with that information. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be now Murphy ball. 15 turnovers for Mountlake Terrace.
They may be on for the doubleheader game 2, I think.
Okay.
They might be in for that.
For the nightcap. We've got the boys coming up after this, also Mountlake Terrace and Archbishop Murphy here at the home of the Wildcats. Three-point bomb from way out there, no. Comes off the rim. Ainsley Beach will get the rebound. Here comes Terrace out of backcourt. 6:50 to go in the fourth quarter.
Colvin doesn't give it up. Oh.
2 shots coming from Mountlake Terrace.
Kind of mesmerized him. They were watching her dribble around out there, and she got a
foul.
foul.
Is going to go against Hannah Humphrey, her first.
Yep.
15 foul and 2 shots coming up for Elise Colvin. Colvin is 2 for 5 from the foul line.
2 for 6. I do have the family in Federal Way tuning in tonight.
Oh, that's very nice.
Lucy, Abby, and Lynn are listening / watching.
Viewing.
On the
That's the beauty of this network, is that we can go everywhere. We can go in, we can go out, we go everywhere. And then we need to, as Todd has just mentioned, we need a quality check down at HQ down in Magnolia in Seattle at the multi-million-dollar STSPN Quality Control Center. As we'll check with Debbie down there and get a text as to how we're doing from that angle. As look at that passing. Gosh, that was nice.
Whipping around the wicket there.
And then Murphy with the shot way out, and then they get the rebound. Short again from the right side. She came through in that first quarter with 2 3-pointers. It's like we're going to have a timeout. Let's see if there's a foul call or it's just out of bounds. Full timeout called by Archbishop Murphy. 36-23, 6:09 to go, fourth quarter, more coming.
You can almost smell those fresh ground beans. Airfield Espresso at Harvey Field has been serving delicious cups of gourmet happiness for over 25 years. Excellent service and lasting relationships is their top priority. Stop in and experience the kindness and joy that exude from this special place, one cup at a time.
McDaniel's Do It Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, they are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized do-it-best centers in the nation. Stop by and experience for yourself the difference between McDaniel's and the big box stores. Discover why so many people are choosing to shop at McDaniel's.
Welcome back. I get mesmerized every time I see that McDaniel's Do It Best hardware ad. Again, we thank Brad and Bob McDaniel in Snohomish for being an original sponsor, been with us for many years. 36-23 is the score, and they work it around way high, and a swirly out of there.
Done with a board.
Terrace a chance to get a little closer. They do.
Nice.
They do. Basket is good. That time by Lindsay Ho. 6 points for her, 11-point game. They've whittled 9 off of it. Murphy just cannot hit a shot. And now Terrace with the basketball. Here they come out of backcourt.
The lower the three-pointer, it's like what's
Yeah, move it inside, work it around. Just a miss there. JoJo gets it. Outlet pass coming the other way. Taylor Reed. Yes. Well, they finally get a basket. It's been some time.
Yeah.
38-25. Understand you with your daughter being a senior. What is she at Decatur down in Federal Way?
She's a Golden Gator. Yes, Decatur.
Decatur Golden Gator. And you guys have been touring campuses. I got a text the other day from you're down in Eugene.
We did.
Look at JoJo.
Oh, man.
That's the kind of shot we're talking about. Just outside the foul line. Didn't have to be outside the arc. She had a great shot, and she put it in. 40-25 the score. Foul coming up.
Burns.
Foul's going against Hannah Humphrey, her second. 16 foul. So, yeah, you sent me pictures from down there.
Yeah.
And it is a beautiful campus. Obviously, I went to Wazoo, announced for the Huskies, but Oregon and Oregon State, the Northwest campus, but they're both nice and flat and easy to get around. And she was pretty impressed, I understand.
She was very impressed. I was impressed. It's hard for me to say that. I've always not been a real big fan of Oregon, as you know, but you can't beat the campus. The atmosphere is great. It's a great college town. You've been there.
Out of bounds, yeah, several times.
We stopped in Corvallis on the way, and I had her look at that as well, and she liked it, but it wasn't the I didn't get as many positive kudos on that one, right?
Yeah, and that's fair. It's a big decision to make. Here we go. Murphy moving the ball. Look at that ball movement. That's how you do it. My goodness, so unselfish. Here they go, 17. They still got plenty of time. JoJo, Cheng Pradit, look at that. Murphy, they've had like 10, 11 passes on this sequence. 10 seconds. Now you got to put some urgency into it. Here's a long one. Perfect. Oh. You could not have designed it better than that. 3 points for Taylor Campbell. She has 12.
Splash down.
18-point lead for Archbishop Murphy as they've cranked it up again, and the defense strong on the other end. It was down to 11, and then they've just had 3 excellent possessions. But that's as good as it gets, moving the ball around, getting the clock down, and then burying the three-pointer like that. You take a video and say, this is how it's done. Yep. Timeout, Mountlake Terrace, 3:51 to go in the fourth quarter. We'll take a timeout, too, on STSPN.com. We are back live, and 43-25 is the score. Winding things down in the fourth quarter, 3:51 to go. Archbishop Murphy bolstering it up to a 20-point lead. Mountlake Terrace coming into front court now, as they had it down to 11 from 20, and then Archbishop Murphy's hit some key shots. That's a key shot, right? Speaking of which, and that's a three-pointer for Mountlake Terrace coming through. Is Miley Armstrong. That is her fourth, fifth, and 6 points. We have a 30-second timeout. Let's keep it right here, and we will go and say that I get a score from Tall Tom Lafferty. For the other network, he's doing a game over at the Pitt at Everett High School, one of our other favorite places, and it is Everett leading Edmonds Woodway in girls basketball 42-24 at the end of 3 quarters. We saw Everett last week in girls hoops against Archbishop Murphy, and they looked very, very good, Mike. So if you take a look,
find the standings
and
here.
Yeah, we got the standings here. I know you had them. So you take a look, and Everett is 4-2 in league play, 8-6 overall. They're just in front of Archbishop Murphy, and Mountlake Terrace a couple back. So here we go. Mountlake Terrace putting the defense on with the press now, and they almost caused a turnover. Murphy seeing some of their own medicine back at him. There's a bounce pass.
Bounce pass, nice.
I'll tell you what, as we look towards player of the game, and Murphy, that big lead could very well be the winner. Excellent hustle down there. That player for Mountlake Terrace, Cameron Dunn, chasing it down. No, she didn't save it from going out of bounds, but you still like the effort.
Hustle play.
Anytime they're working that hard out there, that's going to pay off for you over time.
Leave some skin on the floor. Coaches love that.
But I'm looking at number 4 for Archbishop Murphy. Cheng Pradit is our player of the game. Yeah. She's done so many different good things in this game. Like that. There's another one. That is 3 big ones. She's got 6 in the game, 5 in the quarter. Murphy is up to an 18-point lead. And the boys' game will follow here. Same 2 schools. Turn around. I like that player down there. That's Sierra Sonko.
Yeah,
she's not had a lot of playing time, but
Right.
in her time out there, she's definitely a presence.
Yeah, she is.
A junior.
I like Cheng Pratt. I love her energy on for
Yeah,
Murphy.
it's just
unbelievable.
Fun to watch. Great pass again by her, and a miss by Taylor Campbell. 2:26 to go, fourth quarter. This one's been quick. An hour and 10 minutes is all this one's taken to play. Terrace in front court, 2:15 to go, fourth quarter. Ouch.
Oh.
She must have just hit all ball.
Went to the airport and lost her luggage there.
Yeah, that's sitting over there. It's on the carousel. There you go. Great pass again underneath. Caroline Burns, 8 points for her. Now in backcourt, Terrace.
Up to 20 again all of a sudden here.
Yeah, under 2 minutes to go. They're passing, but they got a
There we go.
lot of work. Yeah, I don't think it's just not doable, really. Sonko with the basket, her first 2 points of the game. So it got back to 20 at 48-28, matching Archbishop Murphy's biggest lead. Yeah, let's go with JoJo for our player of the game. That's Caroline Burns. She's got 10 points. Now, there's some players that have more points in her, but it's not all about the points. It's about the defense and the passing and all the other smart things she's done out there tonight. 2 shots on the way, so we're going to go with number 4 from Archbishop Murphy as our player of the game.
Yes,
We're letting our producer know that, our associate producer.
She's the director out there on the floor for that team, that's for sure, for Murphy.
That foul is going to go on Caroline Brooks, her second, and team foul number 7. There it is. As you see on your screen, the Adrenaline Fundraising Player of the Game.
Stay tuned for the T-shirt presentation.
That's right. Ainsley Ward is in for Mountlake Terrace, and Sydney Coonley is in for the Archbishop Murphy Wildcats. A 20-point lead.
A lot of times when the band is here, they play special for the presentation of the T-shirt, but the band's not here.
Why isn't the band here?
I don't think they let them play right now.
Okay.
Lucy, my daughter, will be playing for Decatur, but they can't even go to the basketball games right now.
That's too bad.
They won't let them in. Too much spit coming out of those
I
instruments.
guess so.
I'm not sure what it is.
That's not it.
And that's tough, too, because this is such a
senior year.
Great part of a young person's life. I can't imagine how my high school times would have gone if I had not had basketball.
He's done with a turnover.
Driving the other direction, an underhand shot. Lindsay Ho, 4 1/4, 8 in the game. We're coming up on a minute to go. And again, JoJo Cheng Pratt is our player of the game. She doesn't know that yet, but we're going to let her know soon.
Oh. She had a lot of time with that shot.
Yeah, she was thinking a lot.
And we have a timeout. That has been called, looks like by Mountlake Terrace. We'll just keep it here. And again, let's just recognize some of our great sponsors. American Family Insurance, Sally Petty Agency in Monroe. Also Gene Johnson Plumbing and Heating. Dennis and Kimberly, thank you. GNS Heating, Cooling, and Electric. McDaniel's Do It Best Hardware. Fred's Rivertown Ale House on 1st Street in Snohomish. Thank you, Fred's. Airfield Espresso, Heather Harvey and the gang. Washington Officials Association. Adrenaline Fundraising, and Monster Beverage. And I know
and
Todd.
soon.
Soon.
It's official.
It is official.
It is official.
You can announce it?
I can announce it.
Have you announced it yet? Would this be
have not announced
Are
it
you
yet.
ready to announce it that all the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed?
They start this fall, but we can give them a little extra plug.
But they are going to be on
Absolutely,
this fall.
and winter.
For this next year.
For
so
this
you're
year,
already
yeah.
ahead of the game.
That's correct.
Are you willing to tell us who it? I know who it is. Is it time, or do we have to wait a little longer?
I would love to say it. Can we just say Les Schwab Tire?
Oh.
Yeah, Les Schwab.
They've fixed many of flats. They're great at that.
Les Schwab Tires.
All around, brakes, tires.
Is joining us in the fall.
That's great, Todd.
Todd, it's been fun to see that deal come together.
Man.
That's a big one. And they came to you and said, hey, we like what you're doing.
Correct.
We want on board.
Correct.
That's fantastic. Les Schwab Tires. That's the big one.
Free beef. I don't know if they do that anymore.
They don't. They put their money into the advertising budget so they can advertise with Todd, and I think it's a good strategy.
Well, you remember the free beef, so that
Yeah,
must have worked.
See,
right?
and that's just it. Even if they don't do it anymore, you still remember it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've certainly bought tires there.
Oh, yeah.
Rotations. Service is just incredible at Les
It
Schwab.
is.
They run out to your car.
They do run out to your car. That's going to be on Claire Esping, her third 8th team foul. And the first foul shot is good by Colvin. So I'm really happy. We're both really happy for you. I know you've been working on this, and we got them coming in the fall and winter, and that's fantastic.
Very excited.
Look forward to talking about their products.
Yep.
29 seconds to go here. Murphy's got this one.
We might want to drive down to Fred's tonight and talk about it some more after the game.
Tell you what, that's the place to go, Fred's Rivertown Ale House.
That's where you have your
Load
post
up,
game.
have fun. I mean, food, it's fantastic. Foul is going to be against Mountlake Terrace. That is on Cameron Dunn, her third, 4th team foul. And take the family up to Fred's there, Mike. Go out for a Sunday drive.
We do go up to Snohomish quite often, do a little walking around, look at antiques once in a while.
Yes, Snohomish is just a fabulous town, and the historic homes.
I had a cabin outside of Monroe at Lake Rosker, so we spent a lot of time in Snohomish, Monroe when I was young. And I got an affinity for the area.
Where was the lake?
Lake Rossiger.
Okay. I've been out on Lake Cochrane up there
that's
by
close.
Monroe.
Rossiger is halfway between Granite Falls and Monroe, basically.
Well, that's got to be beautiful. That foul is on Sydney Cunley, her first 9 team fouls, but it's now just a matter of what the final score is going to be, as Archbishop Murphy is going to pick up the victory, and the Wildcats improving their record. So they are going to be 6-3 and 10-6 overall.
Big league win for them.
Very important as they wrap things up here. And time will run out.
Ball game.
50-36 is the score. Archbishop Murphy picks up the win, and a very solid performance for the Wildcats, as we're going to get JoJo Chang-Pradit up here. Great atmosphere in the gym. Look across the way, there's a lot of people in here as we are ready for the varsity game coming up. Let's get her set with the headsets here. We'll get a t-shirt and we'll get an interview going.
Oh, you're all right.
It's okay. You can be sweaty.
Like,
it's allowed. We understand.
We understand sweat.
Hey, when you play as hard as you're going to build up perspiration and stuff. You are really fun to watch play out there, JoJo. I mean, you give it your all, and we've now seen your team 3 times in the last week and a half. And tonight, you guys came out, and then once you got the lead, never looked back.
Yeah. I mean, last year we lost to them, and we only scored 24 points that game. So we came in with a chip on our shoulder to get more buckets. It was just a rough game last year, and we just had to do better, and we knew that. That's
fantastic. Is out there, you got your points later in the game. That's not the whole story. I mean, yeah, you hit a great couple of shots in the 4th quarter, but it was your defense, your passing that sets things up so nice. How did you develop such a complete game?
I mean, I've always been a passing point guard my entire life. I've just always been get my teammates a shot and then I'll get mine later. I know I'm capable of shooting, but if I can get my teammates their points, then I've figured that's my job.
That's what I said to Mark. You're like the spark plug out there for your team, and that's great. I love the hustle. We love the hustle and everything and all-around game. What are you going to do? You're a senior this year, right?
Yeah.
What's your plans?
I'm going to go to a 4-year university. I haven't decided yet, and I plan to major in nursing and then specialize in pediatrics.
You are on it.
Any ideas where you might want to go?
As of right now, I'm looking at Chicago Loyola.
Oh, boy.
Oh, wow.
And then ASU, just other schools like that.
Cool.
Well, yeah, Chicago Loyola is a Catholic school here, and so that's important as well. So we really appreciate you coming up, and congratulations on the win. You got the postseason come up. You're going to get pose that with that there. You'll get on social media. And, JoJo, you just had a fabulous game. And we look forward to seeing you in the postseason in the playoffs.
Thank you so much.
All right, thanks a lot. That is just a great young lady right there that is really her character and the people like her are the reason we have so much fun with this. You just see the genuine enthusiasm. Enthusiasm is coming out of her right there as JoJo Chang-Pradit gets the job done. Our player of the game from Adrenaline Fundraising. Now showing off for sure.
The sideline there.
That's the payoff we get from this. Is the fun the kids have with it.
Yeah.
So we're going to take a break. Our final score 50-36 as Murphy comes up with the win. Now the boys are out there warming up.